The reason that stirrup length and stirrup positioning is so important is number one, because it helps you stay balanced and secure in the saddle. But then number two, it allows you to communicate and to be effective with your length. Hello, I'm Amelia, and in this video, we're going to talk about shortening your stirrups. This is one of my pet peeves because I just went through like hundreds of my students' videos, and one of the common themes that I saw with a lot of riders is riding with stirrups that are too long. If you're feeling out of balance, if you're having trouble with being effective with your leg, if your stirrups keep slipping, or if you have a tendency to ride in a chair seat, which is like where your shoulders are back and your legs are going really forward, it might be that your stirrups are too long. And I was trying to think about it, I was like, why is everyone riding with their stirrups so long? I feel like it's kind of like a dressage thing, right? Especially if you are coming from another discipline like jumpers, you're like, oh, I just need to lengthen my stirrups and then I'll ride dressage. I also feel like sometimes people think like a longer leg looks better, it's a sign of better riding, but it isn't. So let me first demonstrate what happens if your stirrups are too long. And this is especially true. So my stirrups, I put them down like 5 holes for this video. So Nebo here is pretty small and I am pretty tall. So if any of you, let me know in the chat if you're a tall rider on a small horse. So if my stirrups are too long on this horse, for one, I have a really hard time posting out of the tack. Like, can you see how I'm really kind of like, I'm really having to work at it and use a lot of my core, and my lower legs are kind of swinging back and forth, right? Like, I'm going to exaggerate a little, but see how my lower leg is like a windshield wiper? Often too, your stirrup is going to creep into the arch of your foot. You're not going to be able to maintain the positioning of your stirrup. And then what also happens is that it makes it really difficult for me to put my leg on my horse. So because my stirrup is so long, if I want to put my leg on, I have to kind of like do this, and it's not working, right? So the reason that we have stirrups when we're riding is that stirrups give you stability. Just like when you're standing, you balance on the ball of your foot. When you're riding, the same thing happens. So in this video, I'm going to take you through, we're going to help you understand what is the correct stirrup length and positioning, and then how to keep your stirrups, and then give you some good exercises to be more effective with your legs. First of all, I want to invite you to my 5-day riding boot camp. This is a back to school riding boot camp that is happening from August 26th to August 30th. So let's get started with the video. I'm going to take you through how to determine if your stirrups are the correct length, how to keep your stirrup positioning, and why your ankles are so important. So first of all, the way that you check if your stirrups are the correct length is if you take your foot out of the stirrup should be about even with your ankle bone. My stirrups here are clearly way too long. So I'm going to shorten them up, a good 4 or 5 holes. And another tip is that if you're riding a young horse, or if you're riding a horse that's quite small, like this horse, I'll often put my stirrups a hole shorter for 2 reasons. One is because it gives me a bit more security. I feel a little better balanced. And then 2 is that, oh, that might be a little too short. And then 2 is that it allows me to be more effective with my legs. Right? My legs are super long, so in order to be able to put my leg on him, it's helpful if I have just a slightly shorter stirrup. Once you have determined that you have the correct stirrup length, it's also important to check that your stirrups are even. So a great way to check this is to just look from the front before you get on your horse, or stand in front of a mirror and make sure that your stirrups are even, because if your stirrups are uneven and if your saddle is crooked, then that's going to be uncomfortable for your horse. Next, we need to understand the correct positioning of our stirrup. So your stirrup, let me adjust mine a little here. Your stirrup should be perpendicular across the ball of your foot. You should have even pressure from your big toe all the way out to your pinky toe. And it's actually a really good exercise when you're riding to try to feel pressure across the ball of your foot evenly. Then, once you have this correct stirrup positioning and you start riding your horse, people often ask me, how much weight should I have in my stirrups? So a useful tip for that is that you should have about the weight of your leg should be going into your stirrups. So the weight of your upper body goes into your seat bones, and then the weight of your legs goes into your stirrups. Next, let's talk about your ankles. So your ankles are super, super important to help you keep the correct positioning of your stirrups and to be effective with your legs. I'm gonna pick up the trot here. So when you're at the trot and your horse is going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, every time you feel a diagonal pair land, your heels should go down, 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 down. If I'm in the posting trot, same thing. There's just a little bit of a hinge in my ankles. So when I come out of the saddle, my ankles go down, 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 down. If you lock your ankles, like if I lock out my ankles, my leg gets very wobbly and very floppy. So a good exercise to kind of feel this is you can practice just standing up in a little 2-point and feel that little bit of a hinge in your ankles. The reason that stirrup length and stirrup positioning is so important is number one, because it helps you stay balanced and secure in the saddle. But then number two, it allows you to communicate effectively with your legs. So if I want to ask him to go forward, I can close my calf and then give him a little bump with my leg. And I'm doing that by balancing on my stirrups. So hopefully this video has helped you. Do me a favor, comment below if you think your stirrups might be too long. Definitely check it out. And I think shortening your stirrups a whole will help you to feel a little bit more secure, a little bit more balanced in the saddle so that you can be more effective with your leg aids. And don't forget to sign up for my 5-day riding boot camp. It's starting August 26th. You do need to RSVP and the link is below. Big announcement, get ready. I'm doing a totally free 5-day back to school boot camp. If you need help with getting back to basics and back to loving your horse, then this 5-day riding boot camp is for you. Boot camp starts August 26th and it runs through August 30th. All you need to do is click the link below to save your seat. Here's the thing, riding is really hard. So if you're feeling like you're stuck, maybe you've kind of given up on those goals that you set at the beginning of the year and you need a little bit of a reset, this boot camp is for you. One thing that I love about riding is that you're never done learning and you're never too old to go back to school. It's time to get out your backpack, pack your books, and click the link below to save your seat for my free 5-day riding boot camp. In boot camp, we're gonna be doing a live training each morning on different things like in-hand work, rider biomechanics, roundness, engagement, so many fun topics to help get you back to basics and give you some really great actionable exercises and takeaways that you can implement in your riding, whether you're a beginner or a more advanced rider. Plus, after each day of the boot camp, there'll be a quick homework assignment for you to do, as well as some awesome prizes and giveaways. You're not gonna wanna miss this boot camp. I've had over 10,000 people take my boot camps, and they are so much fun. Literally, by the end of boot camp, you're gonna feel excited, inspired about your riding. You're gonna have a bunch of new exercises and ideas that you can start implementing right away to help you feel the joy of riding, to help you feel that connection and that partnership that you dream of with your horse. So do me a huge favor, you need to click the link below and RSVP so that I can get over all the details and the links for you to join the live calls, and it's gonna be super fun. So get ready to go back to school, get ready to learn some new stuff, and I'll see you in our 5-day back to school riding boot camp.